What if I told you that some of the most emotional paintings that you ever seen weren't made with brushes at all? They were sculptured. I remember walking into an art gallery in Key West and seeing a landscape that felt so alive. The colors, the texture, the movement of energy on the canvas. It almost looked like the painting was breathing. And when I stopped closer, I realized there wasn't a single brushstroke on this painting. It was all done with palette knives. That moment completely changed how I see painting. What is the palette knife? Palette knife painting isn't just a technique. It is a different language. Instead of brushing paint on the canvas, you are sculpturing it with palette knives. You are layering, you're cutting into it, you're spreading it, you're smearing it. That's why those paintings feel so dynamic, because they exist somewhere between paintings and sculptures. They are like three-dimensional paintings. Today I want to show you different palette knife techniques that can bring the same life, depth, and emotional power into your own painting. Guys, those examples of palette knives that I have, so the palette knives vary by size and by the shape. So we have the large size palette knives, then we have medium size palette knives, and we have small size palette knives. So large size palette knives are going to be used for the backgrounds, medium size palette knives are going to be using for the midgrounds, and small size of palette knives are we're gonna be using for detail work for the foregrounds. Then we have variety of shapes. So we have the flat ones. You could see the flat ones. Yeah, I will explain techniques for how to use the flat ones. Then we have rectangular. This one is large and small rectangular palette knife. We have round palette knives, so the ends of them, they're round, they look like spatulas. Then we have the diamond size palette knives, so diamond shaped palette knives, so they shape like diamonds. Okay, for this presentation I'm going to be using Liquitex acrylic paint, dioxide purple, turquoise blue, titanium ultramarine blue, and titanium white. Okay, let's get to that. In this example, so I'm dropping a little bit paint right here, white titanium. This one is turquoise blue, and this one is ultramarine blue. This is a very fun and easy technique to work blending with palette knife. And this one is dioxide purple. So now you take this flat knife and you start moving it horizontally. And you could see it could be skies. It could be the waves, like ocean waves. So this is number one blending technique with palette knife that I love to use. Okay, now we're gonna clean it. I use paper towels and water. So second technique, I'm gonna be showing you how to make waves. So that's kind of starting looking like an ocean already. And we are going to take diamond, this diamond knife. I want to do it smaller size. Okay, the medium size diamond knife. No. Let's do this one. Okay, so we're going to put paint just on the edge of this knife. I'm putting paint on the edge of this knife, and we are going to be doing kind of like a straight lines and then pushing down. So that's the easiest way to create waves, going straight and push it down, kind of like a cascade. So you see in pasta technique mixing layers of paint together and gradual transitions of it. So that's kind of fun. And going into number 3, and this is example of waves, that technique that I was showing you how to make waves. Going into number 3, we're going to be doing just straight lines. So again, we'll take some paint, and you see we're going straight line. Let's do different contrasting color. This dark side, purple. Straight line we're doing by the longer knife you have, the longer the straight line, easier to make. So again, I put paint just at the edge of it, and I'm going like this. Okay, adding more paint, going like that. I really love this technique when you go like that, dragging it down. Okay, so straight line, again going in the edge, creating another straight line. So that was number 3. Now I'm gonna show you how to do dots. So we take this small knife, the round edged knife, and put paint on the end of it, and we're gonna do dots like that. Those are simple techniques. Those could be flowers. Or there could be highlights. Okay. Number 5 technique is scraping. Again, I'm taking small palette knife, this rounded edge, and I start going scraping against this paint that we have it already. Let's say this is grass. By the beach. Okay. That is our scraping technique, number 5. Number 6 is going to be petals. Petals could be done with different palette knives. They could be done with this round palette knife. Let's start it with this. I'm taking paint on the tip of this palette knife, and I'm pushing it just at the tip of it. You see, it comes as a beautiful round object. So you could use this same technique for, let's say, the sun in the skies. Okay, do it again. There's another beautiful round petal. Put it on top. So we use this large wide round palette knife for the petals of the flower. Also, we could use the diamond palette knife for creating petals of a flower. Let's put a different color. Let's do the turquoise right here. Put it on the tip. So they're gonna be smaller and more oval than round. So different knife, but beautiful petals. So just putting it on the tip of it. Okay, this is a very pretty flower we got here. Next, next one, I'm going to use this small diamond shape for making flowers too, because that's gonna create even different type of petals or leaves. Look at the beautiful textures that are happening right here. How the paint interacts with each other so beautifully. Okay, let's do mix. I put some green and some turquoise and some yellow color on the tip of this palette knife, and I will be creating leaves like for a grass or stems or plant. So we are going into impasto. So right now the number 7 is impasto technique. You could see blending of different colors and sculptural shape of those petals. And this technique of blending colors with a 3D texture is called impasto. Okay, so impasto was number 7. Now we can do some scraping too. Let's say scraping right here. Oh, it comes pretty. I love palette knives. Oh, it's so much fun. Totally uncontrollable, but make you feel so loose. Okay, so we touched on impasto. Number 8 is dragging paint. So it could be done with any palette knife. So I'm going to do this medium diamond shape palette knife, and I'm taking dioxide purple on it completely on the tip of it like that, and I'm going to be dragging it. So I'm pressing it and dragging it. So it creates kind of like you could see the textures of the canvas or the paper in the place where it's been dragged. This is the dragging way of doing it. Again, when you have to cover some large objects, for example. Now let's touch on the square, this rectangular palette knife. So it is really fun one to work with. I usually don't use it, but I found out that it is so pretty and interesting that I should be using it way more often than I do. Okay, now we're gonna be just putting paint on tip of it, on the tip of it, and dragging it like this. So it creates nice rectangular shape. I'm gonna take different color, turquoise, and I'm going to drag it like that. It creates very pretty lattice texture like. And if we drag it to this bottom, so pretty. Okay, so the rectangular one allows you to create some control rectangular shapes. For example, if you have some structural building that you are painting, you could create this beautiful structure by making it straight angles. Number 10 is going to be mountains. So you see we touch the petals, we touch the waves and the ocean and the sun, because the sun we could be doing this round one. Here's what our sun would look like if we had to put it right here. Just didn't have enough paint on it to get it totally round. Okay, this is our sun right here. And now we are going to be doing mountains. For that, we'll take our rectangular one and we're gonna create dark, this is a square one. We're gonna create the mountains first. Let's move to the next piece of paper. So I'm making mountains right now. This is one mountain. Taking back my paint. Put the paint on the tip. And I'll make a little bit smaller mountain right here. So I'm just dragging it. Okay. Maybe this one a little bit larger. So we created dark mountains. Now we're gonna be putting snow caps on it. For that, we're gonna take white paint and this diamond knife, or maybe this diamond knife. It's hard to say. Well, let's try with this one. We'll put the white paint on top. And we kind of move it like that. Do you see the white snow peaks we got now? And at the same time we could see impasto effects right here. Okay. So those are my 10 different ways of, my 10 favorite different ways of using palette knives. And let me know which one was your favorite. Palette knife techniques are different from brushes. They are raw, they're emotional, they are direct, they don't allow overthinking, they create structure, they create movement, light that catches differently. And because of that, they often touch viewers deeply, almost to the core. There is something honest about them, something alive. If you're ready to loosen control and bring more emotional depth into your paintings, subscribe and join this creative space. Tell us in the comments, have you ever seen a painting that completely shifted your perspective? If yes, please share this painting with us. And remember, see magic everywhere. Bye!